We'll wait for it.
There's no power. He doesn't power it on.
Now we're ready. So we're officially underway. It's a union thing.
First shot.
So we're officially underway. They take a shot. Big stop. Save. Goes back behind the net. And the U.S. are trying to center this one all the way back out again. Never got through to it, though. But it goes in the right side corner. And as it goes in the right side corner, two officials. We'll get you their names as quick as I can. Puck is over on the far side once again with Eberhard picking this one back up. She throws it inside the corner, gets it past Adams, and the first one inside the corner is Buchanan. She goes after it. Buchanan bumps, waits. Picton's coming inside. Thanks, boss. Talk to you later. Appreciate that.
We're all good. Thank you very much.
They go all the way back down. Picton's coming inside. 1-1. Picton goes in. She got the wide open break. Picton goes in. Goes to the right side. High shot. Missed the top part of that, but what a chance. What a gorgeous setup. The rebound going after Adams scramble. She was unable to get control of it. Now the U.S. pick this one back up. They dump it and clear it to the blue line. Just below our broadcast location. The first one down there, Sprong lost her footing and fell down, but it goes back to the inside. Back to Flaherty. Flaherty goes in over on the far side. Flaherty had it for a second. The U.S. having a wholesale change right now, and it's on the far side of the wall with Adam picking this one back up. As Adam holds onto it. You getting lots of notes, Dwayne? As they held onto it once again, Picton takes her player off of the puck, pins her against the wall. DeClaudio had it for a split second. Now they go back the other way, and it's fighting for it inside the corner. DeClaudio goes inside. Also going inside to help out is Buchanan. Neither one could pick it back up. It's still against the boards. They're hammering, and they're having against the boards. And again, I'll get the officials for you. First chance I can. They go and fight for it coming off of the wall, going in, taking a huge shot. And they get the first one on the board. And the U.S. taking early, 1-0 lead. Played about 2 minutes and 13 seconds in with the U.S. jumping out to an early lead.
Had DiCarlo and Mitchell fighting on the boards. Mitchell was able to get the puck free. And DiCarlo coming in there and taking a roofing a shot into the right-hand side there above Gregory. Not a bad shot for her first one on the goal.
No, first shot in the game right now. Ironically, the shots are tied at 1. They've not got listed being tied at 1 right now. So they'll come back inside. Ma is coming in for the draw. The also counterpart's going to be Gore. Correction, Ma took the draw. The counterpart of that one was Atkins for the U.S. Now Canada going after it. They're trying to get control. They do. They get it across the line. Robitaille throws it in right on goal. Big stop. And holding out of that one, not going to give anything up, but coming in also to give her almost a little bit of a snow shower right there was Ma. I like the way she did that.
Yeah, Bevelmeyer making another save, continuing off from her game from yesterday. I expect big things from her.
So Ma will come in again for the draw, and Ma sets herself up for the draw. Coming in to help out, Atkins will come in. That's her counterpart for the face-off, but from the draw, it was back out to the blue line area. Robitaille kept it onside to Sinna. She went after it. One of the players lost their stick, not sure which one, and it's still against the boards. Going after this was Lalonde. Lalonde tried to get control and hold on to it. Ma goes after this one against the wall, waiting for it. She challenges after it, never got it. Now it goes back out to center and is thrown inside. A couple players have to tag themselves up. I'm looking, Robitaille is trying to grab her stick, and the referee comes over. Good move by the ref. I like that. Yep. I don't mind that at all. Give her back her stick, help her out. That'd be like me losing my whistle when I was reffing, Dwayne. Mind you, I did that. That was my excuse for not calling a penalty.
I think most of us put them in our pockets.
Years back we did, yes. Against the boards, far side, Canada hemmed inside their own zone right now, only inside the blue line by about 20 feet. No score. Now they got the clock back up. The clock is working. It was off for a split second. I looked. Now it's back on. So still inside, far corner. Ladley has it for the U.S. Ladley threw it back to the middle part of the ice, and Kilpatrick goes after it. Kirkpatrick couldn't keep control of it. Canada is going on. Ma comes inside. Ma breaks in. Lalonde with her. Ma going in, taking a huge shot. Doesn't go in. It scrambles. They score! Canada gets one on the board, and they come out and tie the game. What a setup. Ma and Lalonde, the two of them jump out to an early lead. That was impressive. You talk about a marvelous shot, and it just trickled through the young goaltender, and I think that caught everybody off guard. I don't think they expect him to break down the left side.
No, the clear out was a little bit easy, and then all of a sudden we had a 2-on-no breakaway. Lalonde carrying it in across the line, feeding it up to Ma, and Ma sliding it in underneath Bevelmeyer.
You know what I enjoy watching? I enjoy watching them after they score a goal, and they all go all the way back to their own net. Yes, it takes a little bit of time, but it's really, really impressive to watch.
Yeah, they cheer on their goalie every time.
That's cool. Your goalie's the last line of defense. If you're going to talk to anybody, talk to your goalie. She'll keep you in tune. Across the line, the U.S. working their way inside the zone. Flaherty goes inside. Flaherty tried to get it, picked and bumped against the boards. Boy, was that ever a heavy pick right against the boards. I was worried about the way that happened, but she seems to be none the worse for wear. The puck is still loose. They're trying to grab it and get control. Never got it, though. They had it, and it's still against the wall. Canada trying to work it out of their own zone. They do. They get it all the way out to the blue line. Blocked, intercepted. Couldn't go any farther than that one. That was Sharma. Grabbing this one again was DeClaudio, and DeClaudio throws it in on the right side. DeClaudio feeds this one all the way back in. Well played, set right on goal. Nice stop again. And as you were saying, Gregory is in play and goal today, and she played game one as well in the win that Canada ended up having.
Yeah, I believe she's going to have herself a good game. She's back, full of energy. We'll have some good stops, I'm sure. Well,
they were saying that on the Canadian goal, Canada scored. It was Ma that scored the goal with the assist going to number 14, Tusina, and number 15, Lalonde. So we've got a couple of assists. The American goal was scored by number 11, DeClaudio, with the assist on that one going to Flaherty, number 6. U.S. scored at 12-15. Canada scored at 14-15. I think it's 4-15. I don't think it's 14-15 at all. From the draw, waiting for it. We have a 1-1 game. The shots right now are 3-1. They've got them listed. Delayed offside indicated. Now it's nullified, and Picton's coming down the right side. Picton bursts her way inside. Picton and Mitchell, two of them going in the boards. DeClaudio comes inside as well. Heavy collision inside the corner, but she just shakes it off and skates away. Trying to get control of it. Again, Kelsey DeClaudio throws it out to the blue line on the right side. Waits Flaherty, dumps it straight down the ice. Looks like it's going to go right on goal. I think it might be intercepted. No, it won't. Good smart move by the young goaltender, Gregory, to be alert and stop that one, Dwayne. They still have it. Over on the boards, Gore for Team Canada. Picton comes inside, bumps her player off of the puck, and now a collision course ensued. Again, they throw it back around again. That was Sharma that cleared it all the way back out to the center ice area. Canada on a change, 2 off and 2 on. A real quick change. In one gate, out the other one. Taking it back behind the net. As they take it back behind the net, Sharma has control, dumps it out to the blue line area, intercepted by Mitchell for the U.S., and Mitchell kept it on goal. Got the shot, it goes off of the back wall once again, and Spong picks this one up for Canada. Canada still having a solid game. I think that goal might have motivated them a little bit, Dwayne.
Yeah, it's perked the team up a little bit. They got a little bit faster space going now.
Shot wide of the target over on the far side. Atkins goes after it for the U.S. She was unable to get control of it. Russi kept it on side. Waits, big stretch move right there to maintain it. And as she held onto it, it goes back inside the corner once again. Ma stops, turns. Ma circles and throws it back behind her own net. And it goes on the short side, and the goaltender, young Gregory, holds on that for a quick stoppage. What an impressive start for the game.
Yeah, it's quick pace. We got some shots. We got a few hits going on. Got some good saves by both goalies also.
Both goaltenders up for the task, and it's interesting to know that we've got both goaltenders that started Friday's game are playing again today.
No, Bevelheimer started
she played yesterday. Yes,
and she's continued on from today.
That's a game time decision from what the coaching staff were telling me earlier on. So it goes back from the draw. Buchanan had it. She was against the boards waiting for it. Now Buchanan just throws it all the way over to the hash marks on the left side. The first one in there was Bittencourt for the U.S. Bittencourt pinches in. She tried to grab it, unable to. White goes after it. White had it. Shot right through the front part of the crease, and it goes all the way over in the right-hand side. And the U.S. come in. They trying to grab control of it. Centering pass out by Dorderline, and Dorderline got the shot. Waits, stretch pass. Big stop again by Gregory, and Gregory held onto it. And then it went back off of her stick, back behind the net with Atkins picking it up for the U.S. Trying the centering pass. Atkins trying to get control. Goaltender Gregory has it, and smart move to hold on that. 7:44 left, period number 1. U.S. leading 6-3 in the shots.
Yeah, we got ourselves a full change coming up now. Let's see.
Full change. Both teams having a change.
Yes, both teams coming out now. Gregory put her hand on the puck. She was not going to have that puck come out front of the net. You got players spurting it around.
Smart move. Hold on and get some fresh legs out there. Nothing wrong with that, and get a stoppage of play. Good move by that play. So a bit of a scrum ensues right there. The puck is underneath the sled for everybody, and they're still trying to kick it loose, but they worked it out. Now it goes all the way over on the far right side. Chasing this one back now was Flaherty. Flaherty had it. Flaherty dumped it inside the corner. Going after this to pick it up is DeClaudio. And DeClaudio comes out of the boards. Right-handed shot all the way back out to the blue line. Stopped, blocked, intercepted by Eberhardt. And it misplayed it, but it was all the way out to the neutral zone. And the U.S. have to tag themselves up. The delayed offside is now nullified. And they go back after it inside the zone with Buchanan taking it behind the net. Buchanan holding onto it. Tried to send it all the way back over to Tusina, but it was a little bit shy of the pass. And the U.S. once again intercept this one with Faherty having the puck. Faherty grabbing it, looks, waits, going after it. Faherty gets it again, taking a shot. That was blocked. Tusina goes after it. She tried to throw it straight forward. Trying to get it all the way up to Ma, but it was unable to get it. Now Wise move, a hole on that again, and Gregory seems like she's getting a few shots directed at her now.
Yeah, the shots are coming from outside now. They're a little bit easier for her to see. She's able to get a glove on that one. She'll put it down for a stop, and we'll have another full change for Canada at the same time.
Yeah, a good stop at the play, good tempo, quick start to the game too, and it's really impressive to watch. Good crowd. I shouldn't commend the crowd. Good crowd in hand to take the game in today.
Yeah, we got many more people in the stands today. It's good for Sledge.
Oh, it is. It's great. What a great way to promote the game. Canada, Picton comes up. She just rips this one off of the wall. The referee moves to get out of the way. Now it goes all the way back behind the goal line. And the first one in there behind the goal line to pick it up was DeClaudio. DeClaudio over in the far side. Sharma's there. Sharma looks, gives it back to Picton. Picton grabs it, throws it inside, but it was blocked and stolen, and they break all the way out. And Faherty gets control. Up the center, Faherty, right-handed stick. She comes down, looks, goes across the blue line, gives a shot in the corner. Picton thought about chasing it back down, but instead of that, she left it for Spong. Now Picton's going to go after it. Spong decided to give it back to her, and it's dumped all the way out to the neutral zone, back to the center ice, and rolling inside the blue line. Icing indicated, and icing called, so the faceoff will be back inside Team Canada's zone with 5:52 remaining, period number 1.
Yeah, Picton trying to pick up the puck and dump it down the ice. Almost a curling play, just trying to get it down there without crossing crossing the red line, but no avail there. We're going to set ourselves back up for another face-off in the Canada zone. It'll be Picton against DiCarlo probably.
We'll see. They're slow to come inside. They're just taking their time. Going the roundabout,
the U.S. doesn't know who they want in center right now. Looks like Atkins.
Yeah, Atkins is coming in. They figured that one out. It was like really a slow way to get there, but she got there nonetheless. Now it goes back. Picton bumps her player off of the puck back at center. That was Bittencourt that was taken out of the puck. Bittencourt keeps it on side, and it goes over on the far side with Picton picking this up. She has control. Right-handed shot. She's going back down across the blue line. She goes inside. The trailer is with her. That's Adam that's with her. Shot it. Goes over in the left corner. Now Picton leaves and comes all the way over with Adam going after the puck as well as Sharma. Sharma's trying to grab it. Waiting for it. And they have it again. It's still inside, and we have an icing call face-off back inside the zone one more time. And icing call, so I don't think neither team's having a change on this, but I'm impressed with the start in the game, Dwayne.
Yeah, the speed is there. A couple of passes aren't connecting right away here, so hopefully that can pick up for both teams.
Well, while they're lining up, we should make mention you have an interview lined up after the first period that you're going to be doing.
Yes, I have a young lady from BC here. We're going to have a little interview with Emily DeBoer. We'll talk to her about how her life has changed and progressed at the same time.
We will. Good discussion, so we'll get all that sorted out, and it's nice to have happen. So always great to be able to talk to some of these athletes at this level of the game. Inside again. Buchanan has control. She shot it, not out, unable to clear it out that time, and Gussie goes inside, waits far side, right-handed shot. She goes back around again, and she waits for it. It's shot wide of the net. Good play, and they still in control of it, and Canada works away all the way out the right side. They go back down, waits, clearing it out to the mid part of the ice, but that was blocked, intercepted again, as Atkins had control. Atkins just throws this one back in. The first one in there is Ladley, and Ladley chases it back around. Looks, waits. Ladley tried to get control, but she misplayed it, and it rolls out to center ice, and Racine grabs it for Canada. Racine goes down. She's bumped off the puck by Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick stays with Racine. Racine just leaves this one back, and Atkins picks it up just below our broadcast location on the north side of the arena here. Racine goes after it. Kirkpatrick goes inside the corner. One thing we've mentioned throughout the contest, different games, is that the referees have to be alert and know where to go. They come out from behind the net, taking a shot that was on the outside of the post and deflected behind the net. Dumping it out. Does it make it to the neutral zone? It will. It makes it to the center ice area. You're going to throw this one all the way back in. Racine jumped it back inside. Fans calling for a penalty. What do you think, Dwayne?
They were worried about the shot on goal, hoping it for a bounce to go in, I believe.
DeClaudio picks this one up. Good job. Stick handling with the right one this time. She gets all the way out. Long stretch pass all the way down to Faherty, and Faherty goes down. Do we have an icing call? We will. We have an icing call. And Faraday questions the referee. She looks at the ref and puts her right arm up and says, what happened? I was there first.
This is the one thing with the hybrid icing. From the official's view, he's looking at see who's going to cross the dots first and or who would make it to the puck eventually first.
And the interesting part, just to jump in, the interesting part about that is that the two officials, I talked to them before the game, they haven't really called the hybrid icing in the past. So it's new to them.
Yeah, it's a little different for somebody that hasn't called it.
Be nice if you get consistent, like the same officials, like get like 10 of them or so. On the far side, they work their way out. Faraday goes back down. She's going after the puck. She's about 20 feet inside the blue line on the left side this time. Bumped off the puck by Gore, who nice little bit of a bump off of the puck to take control of it. But the puck rolled all the way over on the far right side this time, and Eberhardt had control. Eberhardt pushed. She was unable to get control. Ma has to go back inside her own zone after this one, and Gore, she was the first one there. So Gore turns. She goes back behind her goal line over in the right side corner this time. Gore is bumped off the puck by Faraday. Faraday stays with Gore. Gore trying to get loose, but Faraday gets the jump on her and gets it behind the net once again. Going after this one. Waits. Gore is still inside there, trying to grab it. Now Canada dumping all the way out to center ice area and chasing this one back down. Will we have an icing call? Sure we will. We'll have an icing call. Face-off back inside the Team Canada zone. 2:40 remaining, period number 1.
Yeah, Raphael Toussaint there. She's just firing the puck down the line. A little too hard, a little too heavy. Hill not quite able to pick it up. We have icing, and here we go again.
Do you think she expected? Do you think she expected or wanted the icing, or?
No, I don't believe so. I think she was trying to feather it down.
So they'll come in for the draw. The first one in there is going to be DeClaudio for Canada. DeClaudio is in there, waits, and from the draw goes over in the right side with Hill going inside. She picks it up. She threw it back behind the goal line over on the right side this time. And now they're trying to get it out. It's against the boards. They're still pushing after the puck. Sharma looking at it. Now Sharma goes back to the hash marks. And Sharma wanted it. But it's still against the hash marks right side. Not sure who's going to get control of it. But they worked it out. Waits, centering pass, goes over on the far side of the ice this time. And Maddie Eberhardt comes in for the U.S. to pick control of it. Eberhardt shoots it off of the back boards behind the net. Looked like the net moved a little bit. The referee just watched it and apparently felt it was okay, so no stoppage of play needed in that case. Now it's still at the blue line. Centering, back in front. Canada will pick this one up. They're looking to clear it out. They just center it back out the middle part of the ice this time, and Adam goes after it. Adam picks it up, then dumps it over on the right side. And as she throws it all the way over on the right side wall, the first one over to pick it up was DeClaudio for the U.S. DeClaudio give it back. Picton intercepts this one. DeClaudio is all over her. Picton, DeClaudio behind the net. Also coming in is Wengie helping out. Wengie throws it over in the right side corner. And the U.S. pressing pretty hard right now. Game is tied at 1 with about 1:20 remaining in period number 1. As Canada waits, Wengie cleared it. It was blocked and stopped 2 feet inside the blue line on the right side. She held on to it and got a high shot, a high bouncing shot right there taken by Hill. And I think that's what they like to get, the bounce. And sometimes the bounce can work in their favor, Dwayne.
Yeah, that's one of the things I was talking about yesterday. Sometimes you don't necessarily have to get a clean, clear shot on the goal. In sled, you're going to have a little bit of a advantage sometimes of just flopping it in front and taking a carom off of one of the sled heads or a stick. And this one here, Gregor was able to see and clearly stop.
Interesting. We were talking about Wengie. It was interesting to note that she was born in Switzerland, but now calls Canada home, and she's a nurse and can patch pretty much anything you want. That's why maybe she helps out with the team when it's needed, so to speak. Far right side as it goes back over, and Ma is going to go after this one. With Ma picking it back up. Ma gets bumped off the puck by Doderlein against the boards. In the corner, right by the goal line, where the goal line meets the boards inside. They wait. They're trying to grab it. We've got about 35 seconds remaining in period number 1 right now. It's still against the wall. Also checking this out. Russi is in there as well. They're just looking at it. Referee's watching it. A little bit of a scrum, so to speak. Now it's still there. Neither one could pick this one back up, but Lalonde was waiting for it. Lalonde was midway between the hash marks of the blue line, expecting a puck to bounce free and go loose all the way out to the blue line, but it just never materialized. It's still inside the corner. Tusina is waiting for it. Tusina goes over and against the blue line side to get control of it, and Lalonde also comes in. Now Lalonde goes back. She stays with Doderline, and as they get control, the buzzer goes to end period number 1 with the game tied at 1. And after 1 period, the shots 8-3 in favor of the U.S. Thoughts on the first period, Dwayne?
Well, we started off really fast and picked up the pace versus yesterday's start. And then it started to get a little tight, and players are getting a little grippy on their sticks, and the passes aren't as crisp as they were yesterday. Hopefully the coaches will let us get them a little bit more loosened up during this intermission, and we'll see what happens when the second period comes up.
Well, we were talking about the fact that just maybe they might shorten the playing roster up. I think your interview might be coming over. We'll wait and find out. You never know.
Yeah, she's in the timekeeper's booth at the moment. Just waiting to see if she can get out.
Well, she's doing a good job timekeeping, but when you back up before the opening game and the opening ceremonies and all that, really impressive to have Carla Quattro, our former sports minister for Canada, and she loved that title. She said she really misses that role, but nice to have her over here taking and doing the official puck drop, as well as Jeroen Vermeulen singing the anthem for us.
Yeah, it was very classy today to have both of them come out and be a part of the participation for this legacy event.
Well, I know it'll cost me lunch or breakfast or coffee or something for both of them, but Carla was saying that she left here, she was going back home, basically having lunch with her family and grabbing her suitcase and heading out to Vancouver Airport to get a plane to go back to Ottawa for the coming week. And then she comes back from Ottawa this Friday into town, and she'll be in town about a week, I think, and then she has to go back again. So you talk about the life of a politician. Yeah,
not my time. I wouldn't be able to do that. Well, inside one town and inside another, 5 days here, 2 days there. Yeah, not my lifestyle.
Well, I talked to her last year, and I mean, just to give you an extent of what they go through, I talked to her last year, and she was there. She was here. She flew back to Ottawa. Then she flew over to Switzerland. She came back home, and then she flew to Montreal, and then she went back to Ottawa and back to Vancouver. So within the span of a week, she was pretty well all over the globe.
Yeah, 5 different countries in 7 different days is it's too much travel for me.
It is. It's a lot of time, but that's the life of a politician. And of course, I always say the life of a politician is almost like a referee. You complain about what goes on, but you're not going to change it unless you get involved. And my mother always said, vote. It's the only thing in Canada that's free. So vote and exercise your prerogative.
Yeah, if you don't say anything, you can't. If you don't put it on paper, you can't say anything.
Exactly right. So we have your young guest coming inside. I'm going to give her my headset.
Sounds good.
Okay, so right over here. All right, I'll give you my headset. You can put it on. That's the microphone. You won't be able to hear him except what he says loud. So,
all right. So our first period intermission guest is going to be Emily DeBoer. She's a young lady from Richmond. And our first question to you is, how old are you?
I'm 20.
And what has brought you into playing sled hockey? How is it that you came about this? I know you played stand-up hockey for a while, and then you had a bit of an incident in life.
Yeah, when I was younger, before my injury, I was injured when I was 11. I played stand-up for 2 years, and then when I was injured, I didn't really want to play hockey again, so I waited a couple years. But then 3 years ago now, I started playing again, and now I'm
for that gap of time, what was the reason that you didn't want to play?
I was pretty committed to playing stand-up, and I wasn't sure if I would like the sport as much, but I'm completely in love with it. So
yeah, it's a different. If it's a different aspect, a different way of playing. I've enjoyed being out there on the ice with you. We've gone to Elmira last year, your first time with the provincial team. How was that experience?
Oh, it was phenomenal. It's just the best. It was a great experience to see everyone and see how people from all over the country are playing and see where I fit in with those people. And
right, and with that, whereabouts do you play on a regular basis so people understand what's happening in the Lower Mainland?
I'm playing in Vancouver on Friday nights and Mondays in the afternoon, and on Wednesdays and Saturdays I'm in Surrey.
Okay, and Surrey on Wednesday nights is a drop-in facilitated atmosphere, as long with Friday nights at the first hour session, I believe, is a drop-in tryout session as well.
I mean, Pretty much everything is dropping. If you're willing to play and you just want to learn the sport, everyone around here is going to totally be supportive and just want to help you out and get into the sport. And
another thing also about this is there's no alienation between whether you're an able-bodied athlete or a disabled person.
No, yeah. Quite a bit of our provincial team is able-bodied. I would say about 50% actually. And, yeah, everyone is welcome to come play the sport.
There's no discerning in here.
No.
The only time that there is at this level that we're watching right now.
Yeah.
You have to have a disability of some sort to be able to play on the national teams. So that's men's and women's.
Yeah, exactly.
So I know that you've been experiencing a little bit of that yourself over the last year or so. Tell us about a couple of events that you've been involved with.
Last year, at the end of the season, I was invited to go to a tournament with the national women's team, and that was a great experience for me just to play with them and see, again, where I fit in with these girls and against some of the men in the country as well. And then I was also invited to a Western national team event, and it was like a development sort of camp.
So like a
where
tryout
I was able
camp.
to, not quite a tryout, those are in August, but yeah, it was, again, seeing where I fit in, how I can develop my own
Very good.
game.
It's been a pleasure watching you develop from a starter, as I was 3.5 years ago too.
Yeah.
And we've both grown basically the same in the game. It's like I say, it's very much a pleasure watching you play. I guess my real last question for you is, what is your ultimate goal in
My
this
ultimate
game?
goal would be to be playing on the women's national
So you'd
team.
like to be playing this game right now?
Of course.
Yes, that would
Yeah.
be very wonderful to see.
Yeah.
So it's a great honor to have you here.
Thank
and,
you.
You have a little job that you're doing right now. What is it?
I am timekeeping and counting the shots on goal and all that.
Very
over there.
good. Well,
Yeah.
thank you very much, Emily.
No problem.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thanks a lot. I will go back to your little office now, and away you go. Oh, looks like we're going to have a little picture for us.
Pretend you know each other.
Yeah, we might.
You're brave coming over here, you know.
I know. Talking
Yes.
to Dwayne.
Thank you, Emily.
Thank you very much. Sure. Thank you.
I was thinking about, I'm not very good at talking in general, but my dream job would just be talking about sports all day long. So, if I could do this, it'd be very, very cool, but I get so intense that I am incredibly competitive. When the Canucks are losing, I am not a happy.
All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Period number 2 about to get underway right now. Referees are put in the net. The Zamboni went off of the ice, and we should make mention right now the 2 referees, Jonathan Games. I believe it's Games or Gomes. I'm not sure. I can't read their writing, so it's not. Penmanship is not the best in today's world because everybody does stuff on the computer. Anyway, they've got, I believe it's Riley Ann Alderson is the other referee. Is it Borley Anderson or Alderson or whatever? Again, penmanship is not great.
I believe his name is Rory.
We'll get him to write it after the game
get it
again so
down,
we
yep.
can get it right. But anyway, the two officials are out there doing the game. And it was interesting. I was talking to the two of them before the game and said, have you ever done a sledge hockey game before? And their comeback to me was no.
Yeah, we get a lot of fresh faces right now. This is one of the few things that we have an issue with a lot.
I would have an issue with it too.
Is trying to get enough officials involved and not just doing one game here or there, but enough to get them in and do more games. We have intermediate games here and there, and we get the same two officials out, and I'd love to see if we can get a few more out.
Well, consistency would help out you guys too. From the draw, Ma pushed it straight forward. We're underway for period number 2, and they'll pick this one back up, and Faraday throws it all the way in over on the far side this time. When she grabs it, looking at it, Picton picks it back up. She goes over in the far left side corner. Picton bumped off of the puck by Faraday, who pinched in. Now it's thrown out to center ice with Ma picking it back up. Ma breaks down the ice. Gore is with her. Ma throws it all the way in the left side corner. Gore is going to be the first one after it. She grabs it, trying to centering pass from behind the net, but that was blocked and intercepted by DeClaudio for the U.S. DeClaudio unable to do anything further with it, and they grabbed it again, centering it all the way back out to the blue line area. Kept inside and onside the blue line by Adams, who throws it over on the far side, waits. Ma is in there. Ma is trying to center it. Big stop, big save, rebound going after it. Scramble ensued, but what a stop by Bellyheimer on that one. What a nice play.
Yeah, we got the defenseman being able to stay in and keep it into play, and he's passing it off to Ma, who slid it back into Picton. Picton gave her a couple of whacks at trying to get it past Bevelmeyer, unable to, and we're still sitting at 1-1 right now.
We were talking about the play, the way it all works out, and everybody's so far playing very, very aggressive. Mentioned yesterday, and we'll do it again today. Ma, her 6th season for the national team, and she's studying kinesiology at the University of Alberta. Began playing sledge hockey when she was 9 years old, a 2-time national champion with Team Alberta. From the draw, goes back forward. Sharma intercepts it. She was the one that pushed it straight forward from the draw, but it goes back to the blue line area. Racine grabs it. Racine throws it off of the wall. Sharma is going to go after it. Sharma takes it back behind the net. Also coming in to help out was Lalonde, and Lalonde tried to feed it loose. Lalonde stays inside the corner. Also out there is Sharma, and Sharma takes it. Sharma sled tipped up. Sharma's slow to get back up, but she gets up, gets herself back in the play as the puck bounces all the way over on the far side, and coming inside is Buchanan from the blue line. There was a collision and a half of the blue line. Dwayne, you heard that.
Yeah, sled-to-sled contact. You're going to hear a lot of that during the game.
I tell you, it wakes up the crowd if they're on their telephones. Canada inside the corner as they press, and Sharma continues to go inside, waiting for it. Lalonde is in the corner. Lalonde trying to send it out to Racine, who is in front of the net. Racine's wide open. Nobody is with her, and now they realize that she was wide open and free, so I guess Bittencourt figured, well, I better go help her out. Now it goes back to center, a long cross pass back inside the blue line. Ladley comes in, looks going inside, trying to get the puck underneath the arm, that time of Buchanan, who blocked it, and it rolled wide. Buchanan puts the sled back up. Good move to hold on that one for Gregory, and she's wisely. He gets a stop at the play with 12:54 remaining. Shots only 8-4 for the U.S. still.
Yeah, the aggressive play of the American hockey team there, just pushing the puck through, coming across the line. A couple tries, but no shots on goal, and we'll have ourselves a face-off on the left-hand side over there.
So from the draw, back out, mid part of the ice. Hill had it, and Hill slid this one through over to Eberhardt. Eberhardt goes against the wall with Adams. Must have been a good heavy hit. I heard you say, Al.
A little jump here and there.
DeClaudio comes off of the back net. Picton stays with her. DeClaudio is trying to circle, center it back out in front, but nobody is wide open. Mitchell got herself free. She was tapping the ice with her stick, and finally they realized where she was. Wengie stays with her. Now it gets loose. Trying to take her off of the puck, and they did exactly just that, but it goes against the near side wall, intercepted by Mitchell. Mitchell stays with it. Also inside is Adams. Adam takes it back. Picton intercepts this behind the net, and Faraday steals it from Picton. Don't see Picton lose the puck very often like that.
No,
that was just a strange move.
She's pretty good with the handling of the puck.
So left side, also in there is Maddie Eberhardt for the U.S. Eberhardt goes back in. She held control of it for a split second. And, of course, Eberhardt calls Buffalo, New York home, just across the border from Niagara Falls.
DiCarlo just coming out of the corner there and putting a puck on the net. Again, any shot at the net or around the net has a chance of going in. As one person used to say, you miss 100% of the shots you never take, and that was a great guy named Wayne Gretzky.
That's what Gretzky always said. Got to be impressive with Ovechkin scoring his 700th goal last night, too, as well.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was. Bittencourt takes a high shot, got a piece of that with the blocker. I believe Gregory got a piece of that one, but she stopped it. It went wide, actually over top of the net. Coming in from the line is Atkins. Atkins throws it back in, trying the centering pass. As Gretzky, she goes in, takes a shot. It's underneath the sled, and just completely knocked loose that time, and it bounces back out. Gretzky goes after it. Gretzky's trying to get control, but also is Doderline trying to grab it. But Canada dumps it down the ice. Players chasing this one back down, and they should slow down and make a U-turn and come back because we have an icing call on the play again.
Yes, the Canadian team just shooting it back down after a little bit of a flurry there from the Americans front. 3 or 4 players trying to get 4 or 5 shots going off at the same time. None of them getting through. Buchanan was blocking a couple shots there. And Bettencourt trying to get through a couple times.
So it's interesting to watch the face-off. Face-off are the same virtually. Now it goes over far side. Just shot it against the wall as they pick this one back up. And they're still in control of it, holding on. A Doderline is in there. Shot blocked, stopped again. Buchanan inside the net, making sure that it wasn't going to get loose.
Doderline picked a couple of back and forth under the sled passes to herself, flicking a good shot on Gregory, and Gregory's there just as easy enough to make a save on it. And of course Buchanan in behind her just in case it did trickle in, but neither way it did not happen.
Well, they'll go over, it's in the far corner. Picton comes inside, referee looks, drops the puck back, had to take a look behind him so he didn't get tripped over a sled. That's the biggest thing the referees say they have a problem with is knowing where the sleds are. Off of the wall, Flaherty takes a high shot. It was over top of the net, but it goes to the near side boards, and having a good collision with the boards was Eberhardt. Turning inside the zone is Hill. Hill waits for it. Gore goes back after this one, trying to grab it, but the U.S. turn and come back down. Gore collisions with her, takes her completely off of the puck, and this is intercepted. Flaherty goes after it. They're getting a little more aggressive action out there, flipping everybody upside down, and it goes back behind the line once again. As they hold on to it, they shot it off the wall, picked up again, grabbing it, and it goes to the mid part of the ice with the U.S. working the way all the way out the center ice area. Eberhardt cleared it to the neutral zone. It gets back at center and stolen by Wengie. Wengie was knocked out of the puck. Gore picks this one back up. Gore is there. Flaherty stays with it. Gore holds on to it. Also coming in is the Claudio. Gore trying to get a stoppage of play or kick the puck loose to one of her own players, and she did that. She threw it back behind her own net, and the first one going to be in there to chase this one back down will be Wengie. Holding on to it. Hill chases this one on, unable to get control. Adam throws it out to center for Canada. Sharma was pushed off of the puck. And they turn and tag up at the blue line to get themselves back on side. DeClaudio goes inside. I like watching the referees' faces when they go near the boards or they almost get hit. The referee's like, ooh, what was that about?
Yeah, it's like a train coming at you. You have no control of where it's going.
No, that's true. High shot over top of the net. Boy, was that ever a howitzer by Flaherty. Just to dump that one right on goal. Pickton goes back to center. Clearing it inside. Delayed offside was nullified. Back around the other way. DeClaudio comes in. Nice grab again by Gregory. Smart move to hold on that one.
Yeah, DeClaudio coming in across the hash marks there and firing a shot at goal. She's got herself a pretty good shot. She uses both her hands very well. I've talked about this before. At this level, you have to be able to use both hands to pass and shoot. You may have a weak hand, but they both have to be comfortable and usable.
Well, agility plays a key role right there, and the Trappers work. So from the draw, they picked it back up. Atkins gets it back to Bittencourt. She took a shot that was stopped by Grussy. Actually hit her own player. Now it goes over on the far side. Racine's going to chase this one back down. Kirkpatrick pinches in from the blue line and gets control. Canada sends it all the way down the ice. It actually deflected off of the stick of Racine, so icing was waved off by the referees, and Bittencourt will be the first one back behind her own goal line to pick this one back up. Bittencourt held onto it, still fighting for it, trying to kick it loose. Not going to happen. Lalonde is in there as well. They center it back around, stopped at the blue line, kept on side by Trusina. Good play as she just dumps it back, chases it a second time, and leaves this one back out to Lalonde, who gets a shot away, and it was off the blocker that time from Bellenheimer, and it goes all the way down the ice, and I believe we will have an icing call right now. Face up back inside the zone. Canada and the U.S. tied at 1.
Yeah, we had a little bit of pressure from the Canadians on the top of the blue line there, and one of the Americans decided that was enough and fired it down the ice. So we're going to get a couple of changes going on here.
Yeah.
Looks like we'll get full change on both sides. Had a couple of pretty tired players out there from the U.S. Players lined up for the face-off. It looks like Ma again.
So as you can expect, with me looking after referees, I just get a text message saying one of my referees canceled for a game at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Really?
Yeah.
You and I know all about that, Dwayne. Too much, eh?
Yeah, I've been through a lot of that with assigning games. It's not fun.
Oh, no, it's sure not. Far side boards. Gore will pick this one up for Canada. Gore, left-handed shot. She throws it inside the zone. Out of the reach of Hill. She was unable to get it. Sharma goes in. Sharma's bumped off of the puck by Eberhardt behind the net. The two of them collide. Sharma comes back inside again. It's over on the right side of the post, but Hill will go after this one for Team USA. Cleared it to the blue line. Waiting for it. Delayed offside. Nullified by the referees. 2 referees. Then it continue to press inside. That's Eberhardt that goes down the left side. Gore stays with her. Gore takes her off of the puck. Eberhardt lost her balance, fell down, getting back up. She will. She just pushes herself back up and maintains it. Still fights. That's what you called the crawl that you were telling me about earlier on. There's a bit of a push. You actually call that, I guess, interference if they don't have the puck. Same rule as hockey for that, right?
Yeah, it's all the same. Even if you're on the ice, you don't have control.
Does she have it?
But,
yes, Gore had it. What a nice move by Gore to stay with the puck.
Yes, Gore was laying on the ice. She did the army crawl. She was able to cover it up for a couple seconds and fire it back out.
As they have control. I just want to know why they got the name Army Crawl instead of like a Navy Crawl or something like that.
Well, in the Navy, I would believe it would be more swimming.
That could be. We could change the name for everybody. That could be a name change, a rule change for you and I. Across the line as they go back inside, and DeClaudio goes after it with Picton. Picton, DeClaudio, the two of them fight for it. Picton was the first one in there. Is she going to get control of it? Gore goes inside as well. Gore pushes her player off of the puck. Well played once again. The two of them continue to press inside. Mitchell is against the boards. Mitchell and Gore. Puck is underneath the sled of one of them. Not sure who. Referee had to move so he didn't get run over again. Doderline comes inside. She was pushed off of the puck by Ma. Now Picton goes after it and takes it off of Doderline against the boards in the left side corner. Still free. Faherty goes after the puck. She's trying to grab control of this one. She gets control, waiting for it. Ma circles at the blue line, stays with Hill. Picton's not going to give her much to shoot at as Mitchell comes out of the corner with it. And chasing it all the way back to the hash marks over on the right side will be Ma. And Ma as well as Mitchell. The two of them bumped and collided with each other. Behind the net, DeClaudio pushed off of the puck again by Gore. Gore is playing solid, and it goes right on goal off of the backboards. And a good smart move by Gregory to hold on it once again. Shots, they've got them listed 13-4 for the U.S.
Yeah, the penetration right now is definitely coming from the U.S. side. Hill's keeping the puck in. Mitchell's moving a lot around the boards. And Faherty, again, having another strong game. She's getting the puck to the net. Just haven't had the quality shots as they had yesterday. I'm sure that we'll have more from both sides. Hopefully Canada picks up a few more coming up.
Yeah, no kidding. From the drop, waiting for it. Out to Bittencourt. Bittencourt pinches inside. Nice play. As they wait for it, they hold on to it. Collision inside the corner. And it's at the blue line, but it rolls back towards the goal line. Once more. Canada working their way out, a long stretch pass out to Racine, but it was out of her point of view. She couldn't get it. Lalonde chasing it in. And we will have an icing call, face-off back inside the corner again.
Yeah, after a few struggles along the boards, Rafael Tuzano firing down the puck down the other end. A little too hard again. We'll have another icing back in Canada's zone. Spong was playing pretty tough in the corner against her American rival there also. And here we come in.
So they'll line themselves up for the drop. Don't mind me, I was busy doing an assigning of a referee for later on today. I hope they show up because I won't be there. Spong goes against the boards. Donor line is with her. The two of them collided. We get a face-off? No, it goes out to the blue line area and stopped on side at the blue line.
So Betancourt has it right now. Atkin keeping the puck inside.
Yeah, Atkins kept it on side. Sorry, Dwayne, I was busy for half a second there.
Oh,
Not
good.
that I wanted to. So they have it. Far side, another collision on the far side. Waiting for it. They looked, and that was Tuciner that got hammered over on the far side.
Yeah, Raphael Tuzano, she's hit her player there really hard. She's very aggressive. She's also made an attempt at with the men's team for a little while.
Well, it's interesting to see how some of these players can play. And of course, you were talking about her playing with the men's. This is her fourth season on the national team, and she played with the Canadian National Development Team in 2018-19. Bronze medalist with Team Quebec in 2019 Canadian Championship. So that's nice when you see these ladies play at different levels of the game as well. Picton unable to get control. It's across the blue line going inside. DeClaudio comes inside. Ma stays with her. Robitaille forces her wide, taking a huge high shot right on goal. Stopped, well played, and held onto it by Gregory. Wasn't going to give anything up.
Well, that was called clearing your goal area. Look, Gore come in and taking a Faraday right out of the goal after the whistle. A la Brad Marchand almost there. I played against a bunch of these ladies in different teams from the provincials in the nationals. It's very fun.
I don't doubt that one bit. Picton comes inside. Now she just turns and circles and stays with Hill at the blue line area. Going after this is Gore over on the far side. Gore tried to get control of it, but DeClaudio goes after it and stole it over the hash marks on the right side. Mitchell takes a shot. That was blocked. Gore picks it up and dumps it out to the neutral ice area. It's all the way down the ice. Eberhard has control. She gets back of it. Now it goes to center ice area. Gore gets control for Canada. She slides it over to Picton. Picton gives it straight forward to Ma, and Ma is on the right side. Ma is there. Now it's again on the far side, deep corner, left corner this time with Sharma pinching back in. Sharma goes after it. Sharma continues to go after this one inside the corner. Eberhard is in there. Two U.S. players, one Canadian player trying to cough the puck up and get a good valid shot on goal. Grab, Picton unable to get control. Gore has control it back at the blue line. Now she just takes a left-handed shot, slides it over to Picton, who crosses the line on the left side. Gore, Picton goes in. She gets bumped off the puck, goes back, gets control of her stick on the crawl to manage to pick it back up, holding on to it. Now it goes on the outside of the post, and good move as the U.S. tender wisely holds on that.
Bevelheimer just deciding to stop the play, looking a little bit too much like Canada was trying to take over. Wasn't a whole lot of action going on, but it's just enough to keep her disturbed and decide to stop the play.
So we've got a wholesale change. Players of both teams, 5 off, 5 on for each team. The referee is waiting for him to come back out for the change. So the goaltender for the U.S., Bevelheimer, it says that she hometown is Las Vegas, and she plays for the Vegas Golden Knights.
Again, I said that yesterday. They have 2 teams there in sled hockey. It's awesome.
that's a shock. I guess that has to do with population, but you figure Vancouver could have 2 teams as well.
It'd be nice to have Vancouver for support.
Yeah, it would be. Cross the line, icing call. Now, you were telling me yesterday that some of the NHL teams also support the teams in the States.
Yeah, in American teams, almost everyone, I believe, has at least 1 team, and many, like Las Vegas, have 2 teams that sponsor the sled teams, give them their names, their jerseys, help them out with whatever they need, equipment and ice times. It's quite incredible. They have a national NHL Classic sled hockey tournament every year.
Well, if the teams in the States are getting involved with women's ice hockey, why can't they get involved with the sledge hockey program? That's my question.
I believe that's all starting to come up. I was talking to a couple of ladies yesterday, and it's starting to move. They're starting to get more and more recognition. Within a couple of years, they're hoping to have this event in the Olympics. They just need to have another continent, not just a country, to be able to play.
Makes sense.
Yeah, they have to have at least 3 continents that are available to play. I believe 4 teams to make it worth their time to have it in the Olympics.
Well, we'll keep
Good
our
work
fingers
by
crossed.
Rafi right there.
Yeah, we'll keep our fingers crossed. Hopefully that can happen. So Rafi was inside the corner. Now it's dumped all the way down the ice inside the blue line for Canada. A race ensues. The two of them going after it. The first one in there, Adams is going after Ladley, waiting for it. Great defensive play right there, but it's centered all the way back out to the blue line area. Kept on side at the line by Bittencourt, who comes inside. Bittencourt throws it in. Waits, pushed off of the puck again by Sharma. Sharma lost her footing and fell down. Atkins goes after it. Sharma changed her mind. Now she's going to go after the puck over on the far side, and they'll pick this one back up. And Lalonde gets it out to the neutralized area with Adams going after it. Lalonde comes over to help out now and turns and circles, and she gets control. The puck goes inside the line, and now it bounces back out to center and down the ice, and the back referee will indicate an icing call, and the front one will make the call. So with 1:17 left, period number 2, we'll have an icing call face-off in the Canada end zone.
Now a little pressure in the center area of ice, and Racine decides that this is enough. We're going to have a line change, so we ice the puck. It looks like we'll have DiCardio and Picton again at center.
Yeah, that's pretty much been a fixture for the whole game, with those two taking the center face-off.
Well, it looks like Maw's going to stake this one.
And, of course, DeClaudio, she comes from Pittsburgh. Said that's her hometown. Now it goes back. Hill takes a shot, right-handed shot. Just missed the outside left post in a case like that. Far side, Truciner goes after it. Right side, they'll grab it again. Are they going to hold on to it? Nope, couldn't get it through the front. They finally grabbed the front. Faherty tried to get control. Now Ma intercepts this one in front, and she picks up some valuable speed. Slides it straight forward. Hill's going to go after this one all the way down the ice. Just under a minute remaining in the second period of play right now, with Picton picking it back up behind the line. Picton holds on to it. Eberhardt comes in, taking a huge shot. Big stave on that play right there. What a chance to set that one up.
Yeah, Picton centering the ice straight to Tousineau, and she just didn't get a good handle on it.
Just couldn't put the blade on it to finish that one back off. Gore slides it through to Picton. Over on the left side with Eberhardt going after her, and it's dumped inside the corner with Hill chasing it back down. Hill takes control, back behind the line. Hill stays with her player. Doesn't want to give her anything, give her any free ice to get loose at. Inside is Mitchell. Canada gets a good shot. One hopper, a bounce right there. Belleheimer had to make a big, huge save, and she sprawls out. Does she have it? Finally, she does. And Hill comes in and gives her a little bit of a push. Now Ma comes in. So the players are getting a little bit robust down the corner, and there's no love lost between the teams right now.
They all like each other, but when you're on the ice, there's no love at all. It's all for country for sure. Emily Rotai got herself a nice shot in on the net. No rebound. Belleheimer keeping it down and keeping it off for everybody.
I guess the question you've got to ask yourself, if you were reffing, how do you break up an altercation?
Well,
you grab the sled and pull it back?
If you watch the men's teams, they have some fights, and it's quite interesting. It's the thing, you grab them by the shoulders and pull them away.
So I'm not sure what the deal is right now, but
it looks like we're getting a penalty here. I think we might get a roughing penalty maybe in that little scrum.
Yeah, it looks like the U.S. are getting a penalty, and I believe it's going to be for Hill.
Yeah, I believe it's a roughing penalty.
Yeah, Hill's getting a penalty. She's from Fountain, Colorado. Says her club team is the Colorado Avalanche.
Yeah, there's a few teams out of Colorado that use the Avalanche name.
So the U.S. having a second opinion.
We got 8.2 seconds left of period.
So the coaching staff having a discussion. It's like a typical hockey game. Coaching staff having a fight with the referees.
That's not unusual. So
you can't play with them, can't play without them, Dwayne.
You have to have them.
Yeah, they're like a necessary evil, I guess that's the best way to say it. So they'll come in for the draw. Ma will take the draw. She's trying to pull it back. The clock is ticking down. Canada on a power play, and they would love to come out and take one on the board right now and move themselves up. And it's dumped down the ice. Buzzer goes. Period number 2 is completely over right now, and the teams will go to their benches as Zamboni will come out, have the clean. But what a remarkable second period of play, and I'm just getting noticed right now that indication. Penalty was for roughing for the U.S., and that was go for Hill. At 8:02, or they got it listed at 8:02 of the period.
8.2 seconds left in the period.
Yeah, 8.2 seconds left in the period.
So we'll have a minute and 51 seconds left
on the power play. Thoughts on period number 2? It was pretty impressive.
Yeah, it was a little bit more tightly played, but a lot more scrums. And a lot of finish around the net, a lot of hitting, a lot of clearing of the zone. I think we'll expect the same. Hopefully we'll have a little bit more of a spread out, more passing and a few more hits.
Hopefully we will. Hopefully we will. So after 2 periods of play, game is tied at 1 right now. Pretty much a rubber match. Canada winning the first one on Friday. U.S. winning the game yesterday. So game is tied at 1 after 2 periods of play. We're going to take a bit of a timeout. Grab yourself a cup of coffee. Come on back and join us for the call for period 3 right after this. I'll stay here. everybody. Welcome back. Period number 3 about to get underway, and Canada will be on a power play as the United States have been assessed a minor penalty at the end of the second period. Interference penalty, I think they called it. Interference roughing, one or the other. 2 minutes is 2 minutes from my point of view, but Hill got the minor penalty. Canada will be on a power play to start period number 3 for 1 minute and 52 seconds. And after 2 periods of play, if I'm a guessing man right now, I'm going to say that Canada needs some more shots on goal. They're trailing by 14-4, Dwayne.
Yeah, they need to get some attempts to get into the center area of the ice, period, to get in there and get some shots onto Bevelheimer. She'll stop everything from outside, it looks like. It looks like Team Canada's taking their time coming on the ice.
They're not in a hurry at all. They're slow. Teams do this. This is sometimes where you see a referee go over and warn them and say, get out here. You're getting a penalty for delay in the game. And you give them a little bit of a warning saying do that. They'll get out there really quick.
Yeah, they're all ready to go, and nobody's on there yet. Our goalie, Gregory's just coming on the ice now.
More of a mind game than anything else. That's all, right?
Yeah, it's just to put pressure on them. They know they're on the power play. They're going to give them as much time as they can to get their thoughts together, and here we go.
Nothing wrong with that. All right, so we are ready. Period number 3 is officially underway from Richmond Olympic Oval in lovely Vancouver, or Richmond, British Columbia. Home for the 2010 Speed Skating Championship for the Olympics and Paralympic Games in Vancouver as well as Richmond. So from the draw, goes back behind the net. They held on to it. Still against the boards over on the right side. Chasing it back down. What are they going to do? Not really sure on a play like that, but they got it out to center ice area, and they continue to press forward. Sharma has control. Sharma looks, misplayed it. Now it goes back out to the blue line on the right side. Ma comes inside. She throws it inside, then goes back behind the goal line to pick this one back up, and they all chase it back around. Well played, but nice dump in by Sharma. Solid, little bit of a collision check inside the corner by Sharma. Get to the blue line area. Faherty throws it all the way down the ice. Icing waved off. There's still 1 minute remaining in the power play for Canada. And the first one back there is Picton. Picton chases it. Stops, turns, circles. Now she'll go back behind her own net, and Faherty is all over her like a wet blanket. Centering it out on the right side. She grabs it. Now they still have control. They lob it all the way in. A one-hopper off of the backboards. Bounces right on the outside of the crease and bounced off the outside of the post as well. Picton's coming in there, picking up some valuable speed. Picton almost grabbed that one, but it's thrown down the ice. Icing waved off. 30 seconds remaining in the power play for Canada. Gore is going back after it. Gore is in there. Faherty is in there. Gore hammers the boards really heavy and then continues to just shake it off and go back after it against the wall. Waiting for it. Again, Sharma is in there. Sharma says, you're not going to get it loose. I'm going to be all over you. She grabs it, cross pass, back out in front again. Mitchell stopped it, takes a shot, missed it. Shot, save, stop, rebound. Oh, held on to it. Nice stop by Gregory to hold on that one. What a save.
Yeah, Hill got a shot off from the far side, and the puck was deflected back across center onto the right-hand side here, and I believe, if I'm correct, it was Faherty
and the minor penalties expired, too.
Yes, they just expired. We'll go back into full strength for both teams. I believe maybe it was Eberhardt that got the shot on goal, but Gregory sliding across to make the save. She's got a bit of a issue with her pads at the moment right now, so we're going to have to stop it for a second.
Well, Canada had a good chance. Just the last dump in they had could have bounced off the back of the net and then hit the back part of the bottom part of the net and bounced inside, so that was a good play right there. So from the draw, goes back the other way, right back behind the goal line. They're all chasing it back around. Buchanan comes inside. Is this the question when the teams will start to shorten their benches, Dwayne?
At this time, I think they're going to play as many as they can. They may start shortening them probably around the 10-minute mark.
Stoppage of play. Gregory, wise move to hold on that one. They might shorten their benches, but right now we've still got a tie game. So
it's as open as can be right now. Hopefully we get some wide open shots, some good chances from either side. We'll see what happens.
So from the draw, they're trying to pick it back up. The U.S. centered all the way out in front in the mid part of the ice, about 10 feet in the middle of the blue line area, but it goes back just below our broadcast location, and it was centered straight forward by Bittencourt. Spong goes after her player, not going to give her anything. Russie continues to press. She tried to get control. Spong goes after it against the boards on the right side. Laddie comes inside. Laddie's trying to get away from Ma. Ma stays with her. Kirkpatrick is the trailer for Team U.S. Kirkpatrick as well as Bittencourt, the two playing defense for the U.S., and they were really back at their own blue line. They were not going to pinch in too deep in case Canada had a wide open chance on the breakout play right there. Game tied at 1. The question you've got to ask right now, is there a possibility of overtime if it's tied?
I'm not sure what the situation is for this. I'm thinking it may have, but we haven't really been told what
No, we'll find out. I'll send a text message to the penalty box. Yeah, icing called against Canada.
Yeah, Canada's iced the puck again. We're going to have full change. I think the benches are starting to shorten up a little bit now. We're seeing more of Picton and Sharma and Ma coming out every other shift. For Canada, Faraday and Hill and...
So they'll come in for the draw, right side. Picton had control. She pulled it back from the draw, managed to get the puck loose right there, and the first one after her was DeClaudio. DeClaudio was unable to get. Now it goes back to the blue line. Hill keeps it onside. Waits, funny bounce, getting it with the blocker. Gregory deflects it over in the right side corner as she got it off of the blocker. Now she waits. Canada coming out of their own zone. Picking up some speed. Nice play. Trucina goes back down. She throws it inside. Hill goes after it. Picton retreats to chase it back down, as does Gore. And Gore was the first one inside to steal this puck and get it back and get it away from Eberhardt. Gore out to center. DeClaudio stays with it. They go across the blue line. They all cut inside. Sharma goes in. Sharma centering pass, takes a shot. Big stop. Lillehammer made a bit of a save right there. She got it with their goalie blocker and deflected it behind the net. Now it goes back in again. Trucina goes after it. Misplayed it. Couldn't keep it onside. It bounces back and it goes to center with Gore chasing it back around. And the U.S. marching inside with Eberhardt having control. Eberhardt giving it back over to DeClaudio. DeClaudio takes a shot. Missed the outside post. It's behind the net. Gore stays with her player. Doesn't want to give her anything to shoot at. Picking up some speed. I'm really impressed with the crowd we've got on hand today watching the game.
Yeah, it's nice to see many people out today.
Really impressive to watch. Far side again. They'll go after it. Mitchell goes in. She tried to get the shot away, and Picton picks it up and dumps it all the way down the ice. And as she dumps it back down, we have an icing call. Face-off back in Canada's zone with 10:33 remaining. Period number 3. Tie game at 1.
Yeah, I'm not sure that Chrissy was trying to ice that puck. I think she just overshot it this time.
I agree with you. I think she just wanted to dump it out.
She raised her sticks, kind of like, uh-oh. So now we have a face-off back in the Canadian zone. A bit of a line change for both teams. We got Ma out there right now. She's going to take a face-off.
So Laird's trying to
against Atkin.
Yeah, Laird was trying to find out if it's tied, if it's overtime or not. So they wait from the draw. They get a high shot. Oh, over top of the net, over on the right side. Big stop. Gregory had to be alert on that high shot. But they get it. If they get it on its edge, they can really flip it high.
Yeah, that's just a flip.
Yeah, it's not really a slap shot. It's just a nice little flip shot. Goes back to center again. Canada trying to get it inside the zone. They did. Racine reaches back. She stays on time. Wasn't going to get that one free at all. And the U.S. take it back behind their own net. U.S. hemmed inside their own zone. Canada pinches back in over on the far side this time. Sprong goes after it. Behind the net, one of the players lost the stick. They'll have to go back after it. Not sure which one. There's a couple of them in there. I think it's one of the U.S. players that lost her stick, and it goes on goal, and Bellingheimer. Wise move to hold on that one.
That was Ma that lost her stick in behind the net.
Oh, the Ma? Okay.
Yeah, she had to try to struggle working her way, trying to get away from everybody with only one stick. It's a little tough when you have two big players trying to push you around.
Canada having a change again. Ma will come in for the draw. Ma, this time her face-off partner is going to be Atkins. Bit of a change. So as they wait, they pulled it back. Canada won that draw, actually, and got it back to Racine. Racine threw it back to the blue line area to Gore, and Gore kept it onside at the line and slid it all the way in, but the U.S. trying to get it at the center as it goes back around with Ma intercepting this one. Ma goes in. Ma still in control, carefully played, kept onside, then it rolls out to the neutral ice area, and coming after this one to steal that one will be Gore. Gore turns, circles at center. Good move as Gore manages somehow to get around Gussie. And it goes on the far side again. They throw it inside the corner, in the right side corner this time. Several players chasing it. One of them is Ma. The other one that collided against the boards was Kirkpatrick. It's out in front trying to grab it. I'm not sure. Did the referee blow the whistle or not?
Yeah, he blew it and he thought lost pie to the puck. It was underneath Bevelheimer for a second, but it squirted right out right away.
So
and
the U.S. got a bit of a break on that one.
They got a bit of a break. There was a couple of players around, and the puck came out. A little quick whistle. It happens. We're all human. Done that many times when we've refereed.
If you're going to have a whistle, you got to blow it so the players stop. Nothing worse than blowing the whistle and having everybody keep on going.
Yeah, you want it going. Here you go.
You do. So from the draw, Picton won the draw, got it all the way back to Sinner. Sinner throws it to the blue line, and Buchanan was unable to keep it onside. Picton, as well as Sharma, have to tag up to get themselves back onside. They did. They threw it down the ice. Picton almost stole that from her, and it's thrown straight forward with Mitchell picking this one back up, going inside the blue line. It's over in the far left side. U.S. pinching inside. They take it and throw it back behind the goal line. Good smart play by the U.S. to dump it in and keep it in from the blue line. I don't think Canada expected two of them to go after the puck like they did. Now they wait again. Sprong comes inside. Wait, centering high shot. Stopped on the outside. Gregory, oh, what a move. And Gregory stopped that one. Now we have a couple of players
here. Somebody wasn't too upset with the American players coming in and digging up on the goalie there. So when DeClaudio was in on top of Gregory there, a couple of Canadian players chasing her out.
That was Buchanan that literally put the chase on her.
Chasing her really hard there.
She wasn't going to give her anything. You stay away from our goalie.
That's right.
That's the one thing you learn in hockey. If you're going to protect anybody, protect the goalie, right?
Yeah. Here we go.
So from the draw, went back inside the corner. Picton pulled it back in the corner this time. She managed to get the draw away from DeClaudio, but DeClaudio continues to go after it. Picton steals it. Picton holds onto it. Faherty stays with Picton. Faherty gets bumped out of the puck. They continue to go back after it, and they turn and stop inside the zone with DeClaudio getting the puck. Picton goes after DeClaudio, steals the puck off of her. Picton throws it all the way back out to the neutral zone, and Ma throws it down the ice. Correction, that wasn't Ma, that was Sharma. She threw it down the ice. Going to call icing? They did. They called icing.
Yeah, there was enough force on the pass. Make it down the ice. Looks like we'll have a full-scale change again.
Yeah, for both teams.
Yeah, 7 minutes and 45 seconds left in this third period. Still tied at 1-1.
Yeah, shots 18-8 for the U.S. And of course, as we mentioned,
got their 4 shots so far in this period. That they've doubled up what they had in the first 2 periods.
That's a bonus. So they'll come in for the draw. Atkins comes in for the U.S. Waiting for it. Atkins pulled the puck away that time. Shot wide of the net over on the right side. And going after this one over on the right side wall, trying to pick this one back up easily was Adam. Adam tried to get the puck. Racine goes in there. She was unable to get control, and it goes over on the far side, and pinching in is Kirkpatrick for the U.S. Kirkpatrick couldn't pick it up. Atkins comes inside, goes back to the blue line area. Kirkpatrick chases this one back down. Kirkpatrick is the trailer. Ladley gets it. Kirkpatrick stays with her player at the blue line, and it's thrown all the way in, and icing is waved off. Just looking on the far side, one of the players, that was Racine, that lost her stick, but she manages to go back after it and picked it back up. Bittencourt out to center. Intercepted on the turnaround. Racine throws it back forward. Ma goes back after it. Solid move to spin around and get that one. She gets control. Now they go down the right side. Pushed out of the puck. Kirkpatrick was pushed out of the puck, never able to get control of it. Now Bittencourt grabs it. Bittencourt out to the middle part of the ice. Steele going inside is Gore. Gore comes inside. Gore gets around Kirkpatrick. Gore continues to press inside. The crowd comes to life and cheers. Canada on the move. Straight down over on the hash marks right side. Gore is in there. Also on the far side is Racine. Gore stops it and blocks it. Gets her stick back up. Had to take a second look to see where it was, and she holds onto it and throws it out to the middle. Taking a shot. Oh, on the outside of the post and deflected wide. But what a chance by Lalonde to tip that one in after well played by Gore. Gore's had an exceptional shift out there in this period so far on this time. Now they can continue, prace it back around. Ma goes after it. Ma couldn't get the shot on goal, and Grussi dumps it for the U.S. all the way out to the neutral zone. Gore stays with her. It goes back inside the Canada zone with Adam chasing this one back down. Adam goes after it. Icing called. Face-off back inside the U.S. zone. 5:56 remaining. Period number 3. Game tied at 1.
Yeah, a lot of good pressure there on that last set of plays there for Canada with Gore keeping the puck in. At first, I don't even think she knew where it was when it hit the back of her sled. She turned around a couple times, picked it up, gave her a nice little pass over to Lalonde. Lalonde hitting the bottom part of the post. Bevelmeyer having her friend save it for her.
We will see from the draw, back out. High shot taken by Sprong. Big save by the U.S. goaltender. Helleheimer, what a stop.
A nice little lift there from Sprong from the just over top of this face-off circle.
Well, she got the shot through.
Bevelheimer making herself a nice, easy save with her glove hand.
Well, it's easy to say. It looked easy from our point of view, and we're not goaltenders. So Sharma is in there. Picton's in there. Picton pulls it back to Sprong. Sprong goes after it. Left side wall. She throws this one back inside again. Sharma takes a shot. That was stopped by Bellyheimer. Deflected. Goes back behind the net. Also staying with her is DeClaudio. Picton bumps and collides behind the net with Eberhardt. Took her off of the puck. Picton's going to go after it. DeClaudio gets control. Throws it out to the neutral ice area. And they go back in front of their own players' bench to try and get control of it. And Faherty goes after it. Delayed offside indicated. The U.S. tag up and Canada wide open. They break their way down the right side. Picton goes after it. Picton comes inside. She gets it. Looks, cuts back to the middle. Great move to go inside. Taking a high shot with the right hand that time. And she got it and shot it back to Trusina behind the net. Picton's out in front. Sharma's out in front. They're all waiting for the puck to see if they can get it to him. Trusina on the far side. It rolls all the way out the center ice area. Buchanan chasing this one down. We've got a bit of a foot race going inside. Faherty comes inside. Does she get the shot away? She did. She got the shot away. And a huge save right there by Gregory. That could be the save of the game right there, Dwayne.
Yeah, Faherty was able to get around Buchanan and chase her outside the puck there and coming across center. Nice save by Gregory on that.
Huge save by Gregory on that, but what good speed going down, as Faherty was the one that just exploded going back down.
Yeah, she overcame Buchanan by about 3 feet by the time they got to the goal area. That was quite impressive speed work there.
I've been saying it all weekend to anybody that listened to me. I'm really impressed with the upper body strength for the athletes.
Yeah, this is all core center strength, and your speed is all on your arms. Your full stroke through, and you get some pretty good speed with these guys.
So from the draw, they pulled it back from the draw. Grussie had control. Now it goes over against the boards in the left side with Atkins picking this one back up. Atkins slides it straight forward. Over to Grussie again. Grussie behind the net. Adam is with her. Coming in also to help out for assistance was Lalonde, but it rolls out in front. Waits trying to get a shot away. Narrowly missing the outside left post this time, and the U.S. still applying a little bit of pressure. Kirkpatrick comes in. Kirkpatrick stays with her. Now Kirkpatrick goes back to the blue line area, her intended position. Playing defense so far on that shift right there. Also going in is Doederlein. Doederlein goes inside, trying to grab the puck. It's on the far side again with Kirkpatrick going after the loose puck. Kirkpatrick comes inside, unable to get control of the puck. Waits, and Canada throw it all the way out of the zone, down the ice, and a bit of a race ensue. Could have an icing call. Nope. Waved off. Bellyheimer come out of her net to stop that one. Good smart move to stop that one. Just nudge it inside the corner. Canada over by the hash marks. The first one in there was Gore. Gore trying to get the puck loose. Doederlein is in there as well. Chasing this one back now will be Lalonde, but it goes all the way over this time on the right side wall with Racine going after it. Racine's in there. Adam goes after it. Adam picks it back up. Looks stolen, taken off of her stick, and it's kept onside and inside by Doederlein, and Doederlein centers the puck back out, gets it back herself, knocked out of harm's way by Gore. Good defensive play by Gore, and Canada easily just dump it down the ice. Adam throws it inside. Picton coming inside. Picton, Kirkpatrick, the two of them going end to end right now. Canada on a change. Interesting time for a line change right there, and Doederlein gets it at center. Canada comes back. We have the puck dumped down the ice. And we'll have an icing call, and the U.S. will have a line change with 2:41 remaining. Game tied at 1.
Doederlein sensing the fact that everybody is pretty tired out there after that shift. Just firing it down the puck into the Canada zone, creating ourselves an icing. So we'll have a face-off back in the U.S. zone now.
We're still trying to see if we've got overtime on the far side. I've been sending a text message, but it's like going to cyberspace. Waiting for it. Nobody could pick this one back up. DeClaudio won the draw and pulled it over to the wall on the left side this time. Give it back to Faherty. Picton pinches back in. This is the time Canada wants to get the shot on goal, centering it right through the front part of the goal crease, and DeClaudio goes after it. Waits out to the blue line area. Kept on side by Gore. Gore going in, taking a left-handed shot. Rebound going after this one. Trusina goes in, taking a shot. The net moved off. Do you think she steered her inside the crease to knock it off and get a stoppage of play?
Oh, yeah, that was definitely Hill's play there to knock off the goal.
I would say yes.
Yes, he took Picton straight into the net, make sure that if that puck was going to go in, it was probably not going to count with the goal coming off. Rafi Toussaint getting herself a nice shot on goal there. Again, Bevelheimer, she's making her stop for it.
So the net moved off its moorings. They'll readjust it and put the post back on.
So we're getting ready.
I'm still trying to find out. The referee's going to change sides. I just want to find out. I'm trying to find out if we're having overtime or not, but I haven't been given an answer yet. I've only sent about 10 messages. Inside, taking a huge shot. Trucina goes after that one. She was unable to get control. Picton's in front. Picton's guarded off of the puck by Hill. Hill not going to let her get anything free in a case like that. Now it's centering. Picton's trying to grab control. Picton goes over against the boards on the far side with DeClaudio fighting for it. DeClaudio fights for it. Waits. Picton comes out of the corner. Picton in front, going in, taking a huge shot. Big save right there by Bevelheimer. Hold on to it. What a stop by Picton to come out of the corner and get the shot away. Now it goes back to center. Inside the Canada zone by about 1.5 feet. Buchanan turns, shoots it off of the wall. They dump it all the way back the other way, and it goes back out to center and intercepted by Ma. Ma trying to get the puck loose, failed to do so, and keeping that one in was DeClaudio. DeClaudio goes in, takes in a shot, stopped, huge save right there. The rebound, does she hold on to it? She does, and Gregory stops that one for the save to hold on to it with 1:20 remaining in period number 3. Scrum ensuing behind the net. All the players going inside. Referee finally moves in and separates everybody.
Yeah, DeClaudio, she's trying to get herself in there. She's using both hands on the sticks, trying to find out if they're
4-on-4, and then a shootout.
Okay, tell Larry.
Get herself a shot on net. Gregory is laying out on the back.
Okay, so we have just been given an update. We'll have a 5-minute 4-on-4 overtime if it's tied. Then they'll go a shootout if it's still tied. So this is exciting.
Very similar to the
Pretty much. So from the draw, throws it all the way back out. Picton's going to pick this one back up. She tried to, unable to get control, but now they go back the other way, and Eberhard has control for the U.S. She goes back down across the blue line. Gore stays with her, giving this one back over to DeClaudio. DeClaudio comes inside. What are they going to do? Taking a huge shot. Big save again by Gregory. Gregory is being tested. She is overworked and underpaid. Wow.
Yeah, she's making a few saves here to keep Canada in the game. Like
so again,
we got just over a minute left.
Minute and 1, and again, overtime, if you're listening in, overtime, if it's tied, will be a 4-minute or a 5-minute period. It'll be 4-on-4 stop time, and then if it's still tied, we will go to a shootout. So this is exciting.
Yeah.
The way it should end, I guess. This is only appropriate, Dwayne. Back out to the blue line area, taking a shot. U.S. is just sending pucks at the net right now. That's all they want to do. And Canada will get it all the way back out to Picton. Picton comes back down. Toussaint is with her. Toussaint is the trailer. Picton goes in the left side. The crowd comes to life. Picton drop pass to Toussaint. Toussaint goes after that one. She's against the boards. Claudio stays with her. Picton was knocked off of the puck in front of the net by Hill. Toussaint is out in front of that. I don't think anybody even saw her, but the puck dumped all the way back out the center ice area. And chasing this one back around will be Adam. And we have an icing call face-off back in the U.S. zone. Not going to pull your goalie.
No, I don't think we're pulling anybody in this one. You want to play for the tie and go into the overtime. And Hill knows that Picton's one of their stars, and she's going to keep on her the whole time, and she's got a.
So, having said that, Canada called a timeout right now. Their face-off is inside the zone. Shots 21-11 in favor of the U.S., and if Canada is going to get a shot away, Dwayne, this is the time they want one.
Well, yeah, of course. They're going to try and draw it back to a defenseman, I believe. Picton will try and get it back to Gore or someone and have a shot on goal. Try to lift the puck into the goal area, and hopefully we get a player through the center area for a deflection or a nice pass in and have a shot on goal.
So I know I forgot to tell you, but you have to pick game stars.
Yeah, again.
Nice time to tell you when there's only 30 seconds left, eh?
That's wonderful. I think we're okay though. I think we'll figure that out pretty quick.
We've done this type of stuff before. It's not that you and I. This isn't our first rodeo, Dwayne.
No, we've done a few of these things.
So I wanted to find out, because I was asked yesterday, what about expenses and travel? Do the team have to pay all their own, or how does that work with the government, or does the government do anything? And if they don't, maybe I should talk to Carla.
Yeah, at this point, I believe the women they get a little bit of support, but not as much as I would think they would need. I believe they pay for a lot of their own expenses. which is costly on young ladies and
the families
going away from their families and stuff. I think this is anytime you play in a national sport, you should have full support from your government and or from the association, the Hockey Canada and or whoever else is involved. And again, I'm only saying from what I know and I'm not all privy to everything.
No, and I agree with you with that, but anytime I've had a chance to cover a national team, whether it's fast pitch, sledge hockey, whatever it might be, the thing is that I hear that there's so many players that are out of pocket at the end of it, which is just frustrating, and you're representing Canada, and there's so much wasted money that we see, not just in Canada, but in various areas as well. Trusina got the draw. She threw it over in the boards on the far right side. Ma is the trailer, tried to get it back. Trusina holds onto it. Gives a pass, kept it onside. Nice play by Trusina to keep this one back onside. Giving it over to Picton. Time is ticking down. Waiting for it. Mitchell stays with her. Wasn't going to give her anything to shoot at. Just shot against the boards far side. It was all the way out to center ice area. And the game is over, and we will go to overtime here with the game tied at 1. Awesome game for both teams, as my grandson would say. That was absolutely awesome.
Well, I think this is one way to end this tournament. We have each team with a win, and now we're going to have a little extra time of 4-on-4, and I have never been involved in that myself, playing in overtime. I can imagine this will be very exciting for them. If they don't have a win by the end of the 4-on-4 time, we will go to a shootout until we have a winner. That's the toughest part on a goalie, is having to win or lose a game on their own.
No, that's true. I mean, having a daughter and play goal and a granddaughter play goal as well, that's the one that has the most pressure on them. It's the team. Yeah, the team has a pressure. But speaking of teams and having pressure on goaltenders, what about the game last night with the goaltender for Carolina that came in? That's the Zamboni driver for the Marlies in Toronto.
Yeah.
What, you talk about a storybook finish. Wow.
My hair was standing up in the car when I was going home. I was just loving it.
I thought that was great.
The fact that we've had a few incidences where they've come in and played a little tiny bit here and there where we've had emergency goalies come in. But to play a full period and a half of full-on playoff-type hockey for him, I can only imagine how excited he was to get the call one and to be able to make the saves against full-on NHL players. And I know he gets to practice every once in a while with the Leafs. He's a goalie development helper with the Marlies. But I think it would have been a spectacular situation for anybody to be able to play in an NHL game when they're fully unexpected to do.
Well, the thing that I thought was really impressive, he said that, he didn't say who, but he said one of the players went up to him and said, doesn't matter how many goals you let in, just have fun. And he said, he said from an NHL player to come out and tell you something like that, he said that was really classy. And he said his phone rang. He said it was funny to listen to. He said he turned around behind the net. He said he saw two of his buddies that he hangs around with. They were giving him a high five, and he said, giving him a thumbs up. He said, that made me, he said, really focus a little better. He said, I couldn't even believe, he said, I was in there. He said, I was sort of really in shock still.
Yeah, apparently in between periods when he went in, he says, don't worry, guys, I've got you now.
Yeah.
And look at what he did. He stopped 6 pucks in the third period, I believe, and he got himself an NHL victory.
Well, between that first Zamboni driver to ever have that happen, and the other part with that is not only having that happen, the same night that Ovechkin scores his 700th goal to come out and put himself in the 700 club.
Yeah, there's only 7 or 8 players that are in there now?
So that's pretty cool.
Pretty good act.
That's a lot of fun.
It's quite the achievement for him. He's still got a few years left. He might catch somebody.
You never know. We'll see. But speaking of achievements, we're going to see who's going to come out. Are you going to pick a game star, not just a game star, but who do you think would be maybe the goal scorer for each team in this game out here?
Well, if I were to pick somebody off each team, I'd probably go with Faraday from the U.S., and I'm a little leaning to Picton. She's a favorite of mine, so I would probably pick her or Sharma.
Sometimes, it could always be the one that's sort of like the one that you least expect to score a goal. I mean, I could see Mitchell's had a good game, as is Kirkpatrick for the U.S. I could see one of them scoring a goal as well. And the other one is Hill. Hill's had an exceptional game for the U.S.
Hill's shot is incredible from the point. If she ever gets a good roofing shot, Gregory would have a hard time with that.
So we've got, at center, we've got the Claudio and Picton. Picton pulls it back, 4-on-4, exciting overtime. They turn, they go. Adam throws it straight forward inside the blue line for the U.S. and Claudio has to go back to retreat to pick this one back up. Takes it behind her own goal line. Picton's all over her. Also chasing it back down, Sharma is in there. Couldn't get it to her. Far side, Gore is in there. I could see Gore getting one because she's got a howitzer of a shot when she explodes and gets it off her stick. Centering it out to the blue line. Nice play to double it back inside. They tag up to get themselves nullified. Going back, wide open break. Faherty is going down. Also in there is DeClaudio, and DeClaudio goes after the puck on the far side with Sharma coming inside to take it off of her. But Picton retreats and steals it off of her stick. Picton, right-handed stick. She goes back out, gets out the center ice area. Picton going back down. Looking for it, getting across the blue line. Picton goes in. She's bumped off the puck. Boy, oh boy, do they ever hit those boards hard inside. Every time they hit the boards, I say ouch.
Well, a lot of the sound is the blades hitting it.
You've got a penalty coming up. This, I believe, going inside. Does Canada get the shot? No. I heard the whistle. There's no goal. There's no goal on the play. And I'm not sure why, but I think the referee is indicating that maybe Canada had possession of the puck. Or he's given a penalty.
I believe the penalty is actually going to the U.S. player.
So the penalty is going to the U.S. Oh, this will make them happy.
Yeah.
So the penalty is going to the U.S., so that's why the whistle is. So they'll go in. The referee is going to the players' bench to explain the rule, and the coaching staff, naturally, they're not going to agree. This is like a disagreement with me and my wife.
Yeah, this call is going to be a controversial one way or the other. It doesn't matter. It's at the time of the game where an official is going to make this call and nobody's going to like it.
Well, win or lose, you're not going to make everybody happy. Boy, oh boy, this is exciting.
Claudio is not a happy camper right now, and I don't blame her.
You talk about being off the referee's Christmas card list or the coach's list. I tell you, you are right now. So the face-off be all the way back down inside the U.S. zone. And the U.S. had possession, shot it, but as soon as they had possession, the referee blew the whistle, and then it went in. So, no goal. And we have a 4-on-3 situation. Not 5-on-4, but 4-on-3 rather. So what are they going to do? They're trying to figure this out.
Well, Canada has 5 players on the ice right now.
They're used to
the
the
U.S.
regular
is
three.
having a little sit-down protest, I believe, at the moment right now.
Oh, we've seen this picture before.
We've been through this before.
You and I have been through this a lot.
They got to get the players in movement and let them get going. Frustrated or not, they still have to play it. You can't change the call. It's been done.
It's over. It's done.
The Claudia, she's in the box. She's frustrated as can be right now.
She is. So all they have to do is hope that they can kill the penalty, and Canada will supply lots of pressure. So coming in for the draw, Eberhardt takes the draw. Ma was her counterpart. Ma gets control, looks, slides it back out to Gore at the blue line. Gore goes in, shoots it off of the back boards. Trusina goes after it. Tree tries a centering pass. Lillehammer comes out. She's outside the blue paint. They readjust and put the net back on its positions. Ma holds onto it, trying to set Picton up. She did. Picton reaches back and grabs it. Picton goes in, takes a shot. That was blocked in front by Eberhardt. Stellar save, and it goes on goal, and they held on to it. What a nice stop. Lillehammer playing testy and playing hard, but Canada gets a couple of chances. So far, 27 seconds gone in the power play for Canada.
Yeah, there's a nice couple of crisp passes there from Gore to Rafi to Picton. Picton getting herself in there for a couple of shots, or a couple of shot attempts anyways. Bevelheimer doing her best to keep everything in, allowing for another save and a face-off here.
So Gussie goes in, takes the draw, pulled it back, got it this time from Ma, and it goes back to the blue line. And somehow she reached back, managed to keep it onside. That was Gore that kept it onside and dumped it all the way back in. Trusina goes after it. Over in the left side corner, Picton pinches back in. Hill steals it for the U.S. Hill gives it back. Well played to Grussie. Grussie dumps it all the way down the ice, and they're killing seconds off of the penalty with Gore going after it. And coming out of the net to stop this will be Gregory. Gregory, she just let it go and then has to go back inside her own crease. Carefully played. Gore holds onto it. Good move to go behind the net instead of in front of the net. Gore dumps it out. Trusina at center. Trusina back to Picton. Trusina comes all the way back down. Picton's over on the right side. She goes in. I like how they use the blades to their advantage, too. Trusina goes in all the way back out in front. Ma couldn't get control. Gore comes in from the blue line. Goes to middle. Gore goes in. Takes the high shot. Deflected wide. It hit Kirkpatrick's stick and went in the corner over on the far side. Picton's going to retreat after the puck. Does she get it? Oh, good effort. Exceptional. Got a player behind the scene. Trusina is behind it. And it's dumped all the way back down the ice and going after this one. You talk about core strength. This is where you need it. And Gore goes after it, pick this one back up again. Grussie comes after it. Waits, leaves it back over. She's trying to get it to Picton. Somehow she did. She just slid against the boards with Hill going after it. Hill stops and turns, killing seconds off the clock with 10 seconds left. Picton retreats. Mitchell goes after it. To center, throws it back inside. Icing is waved off, and they've done what they wanted. They've killed the minor penalty, so the power play never materialized anything. 4-on-4 right now. Canada all the way out of their own zone, back out to center. Sharma intercepts it and just clears it inside the zone for the U.S. And the first one in there is DeClaudio. DeClaudio circles. Picton going after DeClaudio. Thought about chasing her down and bumping her, but didn't. Sharma goes after the puck. Sharma tries a centering pass. Eberhard is there. Dumping it out. Kept it inside the blue line area. Picton is in there. Picton with Mitchell. Mitchell and Picton, the two of them collide and bump after it. DeClaudio going after it. Sprong going after it. Now it's a bit of a race, and we will have an icing call. And an icing call. The U.S. questioning that call right there, and that's a valid question, too.
Yeah, this is supposed to be in the excuse me.
Supposed to be the hybrid icing. But
icing.
The problem you have, just to jump in, the problem you have with that is these referees are not used to the hybrid icing.
Yeah, the officials, they realize they made a mistake. They're going to have the face-off at center now.
Well, that's a good move. I like
Yep,
that.
I do
That's
too.
honesty. Nothing wrong with that. You and I have done that before, too. So from the draw, DeClaudio threw it straight forward this time, but they're going to chase it all the way back down. They just dump it inside. Icing is waved off. And as icing is waved off, everybody's searching inside the zone, and Eberhard will turn and pick this one back up. Maw is going after Eberhard. They throw it all the way out to Faraday at center ice area. Faraday goes down. Sprong is going to take her off of the puck. A 3-on-1 play right there. Faraday comes inside. Oh, she was collided with, and she was turned upside down. What a check. Referee said it's fair, no penalty on the play. She just rolls over and gets back up and gets it going. And the U.S. pressing right now. We're in the last minute in the overtime. 4-on-4. Canada throw it all the way against the boards over on the left side. They'll chase it back down. Faraday picked it back up. She was bumped off of the puck by Sharma. Coming inside again. Sprong goes after it. Sprong clears it. Right side boards. 20 seconds remaining. And it goes out to center ice area. Eberhard lobs it back in. A high dump-in shot. Chasing it back down will be Buchanan. Buchanan with 10 seconds left. Pressure's on her right now. Holding on to it. They've got to guard the front of the net, and they're doing that exactly. Sprong is in there. Another couple players. Ma comes inside. The buzzer goes to end the overtime, and we are going to a shootout. And boy, what a finish for this 3-game series against the U.S. and Canada.
Yeah, coming into this last game, we thought it was going to be a hotly contested game. It has been. A little bit of tempers and stuff in the goal area once in a while, which makes for a little bit more excitement. Overtime was pretty good. I think the penalty might have been a little bit of a controversial call, and the U.S. was lucky enough to work their way through it. DeClaudio coming out after and making a couple of good attempts. With Buchanan laying probably the best hit of the game, stopping her in her tracks right here at the end there.
That was like hitting a cement wall.
It was a pretty good, solid check. Shoulder to shoulder, beautiful check, though. That's what you like to see in this game. So we're going to have shootout. Should be interesting to see. Goalies, this is the most pressure they'll have.
So the referee's getting instruction from the U.S. coaching staff, probably on how to referee a game. You know, it's funny, whenever I referee, just a note to the parents that listen in, whenever I ref the game and I went to talk to a coach, I told the coach, you can talk to me. If there is any hand gestures, this conversation is done.
It ends.
You don't show me up and I won't show up, because if I show you up, it's my whistle and you are done like dinner.
Yes, it's
real simple.
It's a pretty simple way.
Number 11 doesn't like the ref.
Yeah, you think?
Laird said number 11 doesn't like the ref. DeClaudio's all upset. I don't think the coaching staff, they're off the Christmas card list.
A T-bone, correct?
T-bone.
Yes.
There must be a rule. And I didn't see it, so I can't answer.
Yeah.
Well, we're refs. We agreed with it.
Yeah, that's
We
not
both
all
ref.
true.
We agree with that penalty call. It's tough to call, especially you and I were saying earlier on. A lot of refs have never done this before. So trying to get referees to do this, I would like to see them come out and get certain referees carded, certified to do it on a regular basis.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's really tough right now in this area. We don't have a league or teams to officiate all the time. We basically have a single game day once a month, and we have a referee set come in for that, but we usually have the same two people, which makes it a little tough on certain tournaments like this when we bring in officials that some haven't ever refereed sled, or they're just doing a game or two. It makes it hard on them. And yeah, the T-bone call is probably the hardest call to make.
Where are you from?
So that it's controversial. You have to T-bone them. You can't just hit the player from side to side. And a lot of officials haven't picked that up yet. It's something you have to see a few times before you understand what it actually is.
No, that's true. That's true.
I understand DeClaudio's her frustration. I really do. But like I said, her team has kicked off the penalty, and she's back out there. I'm sure she'll be involved in the shootout very soon.
Everybody's over here. They want Dwayne's autograph. He's doing such a great job. This is a whole new gig for you. And it's funny, when I first talked to you about doing this, you thought I was like out in left field going, you really want me to help you out? And I said, yes. I said, I do, because it's different for you from playing the game versus being in the broadcast. Whole different perspective for doing the game.
Well, it's a different view for sure. I've had a whole lot of fun doing this, and I thank you guys, you and Janice, for allowing me to do this. And if this ever comes up again, I would surely enjoy doing it again. It's definitely a different perspective. As you notice, all the players are out on the ice for this. This will be an interesting thing. I think. Do we have three initial shooters, or do we have 5?
We will know once they shoot. Yeah. I got to tell you a funny story.
This part I don't know. So
years back,
it looks like the U.S. is going to get ready to start off.
Years back, I had the chance to do the Canada Winter Games, and it was a boxing match. And my counterpart for color was Gino Ojek. Well, he was sitting beside me, and he was doing color. Well, it was interesting to keep the language down. But number one, because he's a hockey player. But the other part was every time something happened, there'd be a good punch. He'd punch me in the shoulder. I come home, my shoulder was black and blue.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
All right, so we are waiting right now. We're going to get set for the draw and the face-off and going back to center. So the one that's going to be taking this, I believe, will be DeClaudio from Pittsburgh. DeClaudio trying to get warmed up. Referees are ready, and they whistle the play in. So DeClaudio is going to come straight down. So this is the exciting part of the game right now. Game tied at 1. We're in the shootout routine. Going straight down. DeClaudio is coming in. The fans come to life. DeClaudio goes inside. Stop. And they score. They get one on the board. And the U.S. slide it underneath the right pad of Gregory. One Gregory would love to have back, but DeClaudio is happy, and so are the rest of the team.
Yeah, she'll be very happy after having the penalty call, and now she's being able to put the U.S. up 1-0 in the shootout.
So Gore is taking the shot for Canada. She will be the first shooter. Pressure, I hate shootouts because I think they're always on the goalie. So Gore is coming inside. She goes inside, picks it with the left stick. She goes inside. What's she going to do? Raise it up, taking a huge shot. Saved by the U.S.
She tried to do a crossover and pick off the corner, and Bevelheimer was
it was close. So we're seeing the shootout for the U.S. will be number 6 will be next. Faherty. She will be coming in next, and the shooter after this will be Mitchell. So Faherty goes in. She picks up some speed. She's going straight to the puck at center. She grabs it, and she's going all the way in. The fans stand up. They're cheering. The fans are going down, as is her. Taking a shot, and they score. And Faherty slides one underneath Gregory. And I didn't know they could go that fast from the goal crease all the way back in front of their bench, but boy, can they ever.
Yeah, they can move. This is these two players that just shot there for the U.S. They're very exciting.
Next shooter for Canada will be number 28, Ma. So the pressure is on Ma. She has to score to keep it going. So Ma comes inside. She goes down. She cuts to the left side. Ma goes in. What's she going to do? Roof it. Takes a huge shot. Missed it. And the U.S. come out and win game number 3. And the goalie for the U.S. is ecstatic. You can see her. She's got her helmet up. And everybody is in there. You talk about excitement. What a game. And you know, nobody can ever complain about the way this was played. Sportsmanship from start to finish. But what an exceptional finish.
Yes, very good. The two players I figured would have shots from the U.S. They both scored. A little tough on Ma coming in with all that pressure to try and score on Bevelmeyer. She's been stopping everything today.
Well, we knew what they could do, so that was fine. That was entertaining. That was solid from start to finish. That was, you talk about a fun game to do and a fun broadcast to have. You can see them all going in. The U.S. are thrilled. They'll go back across the border, and they will even be allowed to go back home. not stopped at the border or nothing like that. They're going to go back home. They're going to come up. Now, for both teams, Dwayne, let's just make mention that despite the fact that this was like a friendly type of tournament, a 3-game tournament, this was, I guess, sort of a good way to put this on the world stage for people to watch it, and we appreciate all the kind words that people have sent to us, and we really appreciate that and hope everyone's enjoyed it. It's been a fun time to do.
Yeah, this has been quite an experience for myself, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. These ladies, they put on a pretty good show. Excitement right from the beginning of first game right through to the shootout of this game. And that is my 2 stars for the game right there. Bevelheimer for the United States and Gregory from Canada, the 2 goalies. They both played outstanding in this game.
They did. They played a marvelous game from start to finish, and boy, oh boy, you talk about a fun game. And if you've never seen or participated in a sledge hockey game before, go on out and take part, because this is what it's all about. It's sportsmanship, and they go over, and the referees, we haven't taught them to bend down yet, but they will.
Yeah, it's all right. These guys will learn.
They'll learn.
The big thing about the local sport here is we have ice time on Friday nights for tryouts in Hillcrest at 5:30, and any person at all is able to come out and try it out. They have lots of sleds and lots of equipment to try with it. And Wednesday nights in Surrey at the Fleetwood Surrey Leisure Sports Center there on
Fraser Highway
on Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock. They have the same thing. We have a drop-in and play session on there. As much equipment involved there. It's all there for free to use. First session is a free ice time, and it's a single drop-in fee after that for each arena.
What's the hardest thing for someone getting involved, not just getting in the sled, but what's the hardest thing they've got to learn when they want to sign up?
Well, for signing up, it's not really that hard. You just show up to the rink, and anybody there will be able to tell them exactly where they have to go and what they can do. You can look up on Surrey's website, and I believe the Vancouver City website. You could probably look up through there too for sign-ups and or for just the times.
Well, this was great. I think the U.S. are going to have a photo op right now, and they'll get a photo. Canada's going to get a photo as well, I believe. U.S. coaching staff all going out. But this was what it was all about. It was a blast to do. It was fun. It was entertaining. And this, I get the luxury of going out and covering such a variety of sports. It's tough to watch. First, when you get involved, you don't know what you're expecting. I've seen this and had the chance to do the broadcast before, as you know. But it's a different side to sport. There's no fighting in it. I mean, yes, it's aggressive. It's hard hitting and hard checking. But there's no foolishness, which is what you want to see.
The tempers do get flared, and in this competition this weekend, it's probably not going to happen. But it happens. There's going to be a little bit of physical. The physicality of this game is going to be there all the time, just because you're on a sled. It's hard to avoid a check a lot of times, and you're going to get hit. You're going to take a good hit here and there, and sometimes it's not a very comfortable thing.
Nice of you to come over and see us. Well, you don't want to talk to me now, or what?
It looks like the U.S. is having their championship photo taken by one of the officials for them.
Joy Farah come over to talk to us, and Joy Farah is an Olympic athlete as well, downhill skier.
Very good.
So Joy is also from the Delta area. So anyway, this is the team photo. They won the championship. They pulled out 2 games. There's no real trophy or medal. It's more or less bragging rights, I guess, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, this is a rivalry that's going to continue until we have more teams. These guys will be doing this for quite some time.
He better not fall.
Laird going back out.
I don't want him to fall. I hate it when Laird was on the ice a few years back. We had Team Czechoslovakia playing Team Canada in junior hockey, and he went out and took a huge fall, and I don't want to do that. So anyway, this was a marvelous game. Hope everyone's enjoyed the call for the game, the 3-game series. Myself and Dwayne thoroughly had an enjoyable time to do it. And this was, to me, it's great. I mean, I love being involved in sports, but this is what it's all about. Sportsmanship at its best. And again, if you've never gone out and watched a game, go on out. Get in touch with your MLA, your Federal City, whatever you want to do. Get in touch with them and go on and take a game in. Dwayne, final thoughts from your before we close off.
Well, I was just happy that this ended in almost in a fantastic situation with a shootout at the end to finish it. Each team having themselves a good finish for this legacy trip. I think it was really well done.
This was great. I enjoyed it. We'll have a story posted up as Laird gives his business cards out. We'll have a story posted up on this later on. It will be on tonight. On the website, it will be sportswave.ca. You can follow me on Twitter. It's just at Sportswave, and it's set up to promote amateur sports. So get a hold of us, and we'll get it posted up for you later on. So thanks, everyone, for tuning in and watching the 3-game series coming to you from Richmond's Olympic Oval. On behalf of Dwayne Evans, I'm Steve Erickson. Special thanks to Janice Coulter for bringing us on board to help us out do this event this weekend. Thoroughly enjoyed it. This was the most fun I've had in a long time. So thanks for tuning in and watching. Until our next broadcast, if you don't play sport, at least be one.